First of all, I would like to congratulate you on, establishing such a solid fan base and audience on YouTube. I'm sure it's not easy and it took like a lot of effort. So just to sum up, for those who don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, you started about 5 years ago and you have like over 34 million views now. You've got over 230,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 300 over patrons. So that's crazy, crazy amount of, and it's just when I think of what can be achieved in a bedroom, that's just crazy. That's just crazy, And I mean, it's 5 years is not a very long time, but it's not a very short time either. So I believe a lot has changed since then. So do you mind, sharing, how it was back then when you first started and how is it today? And what did you actually thought would happen when you first started doing all this?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, as you mentioned, like it's all been just in my room, which is kind of even like that shocks me still to this day that people watch my shit and it's just me doing stupid things in my room. That's really all my videos are. But yeah, back then, again, I didn't have any expectations to, be a YouTuber or musician. I knew I was just gonna go to school and I don't know, try to be an accountant or whatever. So I literally always, I mean, to this day, I still do it just for fun. But back then, especially, it was just like something that passed the time. It was something a little fun and creative. I saw other people on YouTube doing it, and I was like, I kind of want to try that. I already cover songs, and I already do the YouTube-y stuff essentially, like learn music. I'm like, okay, well, I want to share it with people, so I would essentially just try film. And it would be not good, but of course, they're my first videos. I don't expect anything else essentially, right? So yeah, it would just be me and my camera. I wouldn't even know how to video edit, so that's actually why I started doing the like one take covers back then, because I had no idea how to cut or edit anything. I would film with I think I filmed with my phone. I don't even remember what I used to film with. And if it wasn't good, it wasn't good. And as simple as that, I wouldn't have like audio from my computer. It would be just pure like phone camera audio of me playing through a song. And through a lot of those even videos I did, you can see me literally pressing play and trying to start playing right away because I didn't have any counting or anything. It was just very weird the way I would do stuff, but I kind of got used to doing it, and that's what I would do. And again, like I'd have like maybe one or two people watch it or comment something, and that would make my fucking day. And yeah, that's kind of how it was back then. It was just me doing covers and trying to write original music at home, and that's all I would do. And played tons of video games on the side. And then yeah, fast forward to now, I mean, all the reasonings of why I'm doing it are still the same, and I'd like to consider myself somewhat humble that I am just doing it because I do love it, and I love the shit out of what I do, and that's why I'm able to like wake up every day and enjoy it. And I hope that I'm not an arrogant person by any means.
No,
but I try to still connect with my fans on that same level of, regardless if it's one or two people commenting or however the fuck many people comment on my videos now, I still try my best to get to as many as I can and, laugh at the really mean comments and, like say thank you to people who are just, being nice or saying something really cool. And that stuff still makes my day, because I'm that dude in his room writing stuff that, again, I never expected anybody to really care or see any of this shit. And to have that many people actually, care and watch my videos, it's like, damn, that's quite shocking to me still. And I want to make sure that it stays shocking to me. So again, I can keep myself humble in that sense. I never want to be like, oh, I have like, whatever numbers, like, I want to be like, no, like fucking Nick, this is some cool shit, appreciate it. So yeah, that's kind of the difference. And of course, before I used to just do just covers and release original music. And then, now I, branched out to doing covers, reactions, the weird meme videos, like anything that honestly I can think of in my mind that I'm like that I laugh at for some dumbass reason. I think it's funny. I'm like, oh, let's share it and see what comes out. And those have been some of my most successful videos, like Slavic metal and the types of students and teachers and guitar teachers and stuff, because those are videos I pretty much just thought of in my room on the spot. And some of them I did the same day, and I just kind of went with the flow and saw what happened. So yeah, that's really, those are really the big differences. Other than that, I'm still just I'm still not that great at guitar and making memes. So yeah.
Well, I think you're a bit too humble when it comes to, at what level you're at now. I think when people, if someone actually bothers to scroll through your history, they would notice like the significant difference in between, the quality of the visuals you've been producing back then compared to now. I mean, like, you've got like a fucking mic right in front of you now. You didn't have that
Yeah.
that then. So I guess that's like a sign of growth, I think. I mean, apart from the numbers you get in terms of like subscribers or patrons, I think it's that willingness to invest in better gear, to upgrade the level the level of the quality that you're able to provide for your fans. I think there must be some kind of love there in order for you to want to keep investing, and so.
Oh yeah. Anything I make, I instantly am like, how can I make my videos better? How can I make this better? Because like, this is my career. Like, people know, like, I know now I have a good amount of guitars, but like, I don't go out and just buy a bunch of shit. I really don't. I've been using the same guitar type tone, Axe Effects, which again is expensive, but it's like, that's something you invest once and you have forever. Like, I don't buy amps, pedals, new monitors, or new guitars. I don't, as long as it works. I'm just kind of cool with it, because again, I want to invest things that actually overall really are integral and a part of the like, people can notice when I actually do the videos. Other than, of course, my new 8-string, which even though again that was like I really just want this, it was also like now I can do 8-string videos, because that's just a whole nother level of content I can unlock now, whether it be 8-string covers or funny 8-string low tune things, or working with other people who use 8-string stuff. But yeah, that's one of my favorite, I guess you could say, favorite parts, is because I've always done so much with so little. I say that as a person with a fucking Axe Effects. But in terms of like not crazy special video stuff or any kind of effects and like millions of angles, whenever I do change like the littlest thing, it's always so noticeable, and it makes people so excited, which is kind of really funny, because people again who are at my level have already like have like the whole video production and shit's going crazy, and there's explosions and whatever the fuck in the background. So as soon as I change that one little thing, people are like, wow, like, and I'm just like, yeah, that should have already been there, but I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Like, especially when you started to play bass. I mean, your 8-string. So
Yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, I think a lot of people, including myself, enjoy, how you inject humor in like the serious stuff you do. I mean, it could be whatever the fuck. It's like, it could be like a review, it could be a reaction, it could be a cover, but like, I think you take every opportunity to kind of be funny, and I think that kind of makes people look forward to what you're gonna do next. It's like, rather than, this is my new 8-string, and then
Yeah, exactly. And specifically for that video, I was like, I could do an unboxing, and people are like, oh, cool, you have a new guitar. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no one wants to watch that. Like, yeah, I have a new guitar, and maybe some people are like, oh, that's so sick, who are like, really like guitars and stuff. I'm like, I want to make this fun. I want to make it a little different. Everyone does the unboxing type video, and it's like, I personally don't watch unboxing videos, because I'm like, okay, yeah, you got something new. Like, I don't care. Like, I can't play it, right? Like, why do I care? So I really try my best to just put myself in the mindset of like what do I want as a viewer, because I want to be a fan of the shit I make. You know, I never want to just make something and not be like excited that I did it, or like go back one day and watch it and not, you know, chuckle or laugh. And again, that's another big difference of before. When I started, I never even spoke in my videos for like 4 years, but now it's like I'm much more confident in just what I do. And because I've made myself look so stupid on so many occasions, like all my videos are me. Even the stereotypes videos, which people think I'm making fun of genres, like, no, dude, like I use a lot of these. Like I'm making fun of myself before anybody else, pretty much, when it comes to this stuff. So because I've already done that so much, I feel like I can just kind of say anything within reason, obviously, and just be myself, which is great. I just, anytime I say something that I think is funny, it's just because I literally, for some reason, like giggle at that shit. I don't know why. But yeah, I think that's been another huge thing that's definitely helped me grow and get people excited for the next video, because I guess they somewhat like my dumbass personality, which, hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think people actually feel that genuine. I mean, how do you put it? I mean, because you mentioned that you make sure that you're a fan of what you produce, and I think people actually feel that. And I mean, for example, it's like your buy my course clip that you did. I literally repeated, like looped that thing. It was like, and then buy my course, and it was like such a short thing. It may have just been like a spur of a moment thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do that video. It's not gonna be very polished, but I'm gonna post it anyway, and people will still watch it. People will still comment on that one. I think it's like, it's down to the fact that you only put out material that you personally would enjoy. I mean, you believe it yourself before you show it to others. So I think that's kind of cool the way you did it. So like looking back at, like, you know, this 5 years, is there anything that you've produced that you kind of think, I'm a bit embarrassed by that, you know? Is there?
Oh my God. Again, probably a few which I just went too stupid, like too cringe. Like I don't know, that day I was like, I don't know, maybe I woke up and I ate like fucking chocolate for breakfast or some shit, and I just had like some weird sugar high, and I thought something was way funnier than it actually was. I'm sure there's videos here and there, but I have just such a like huge collection of stupidity on my channel that it's like, it all just sums up. People know what they're going to get, you know, regardless of what level of dumb and stupid and what type of my humor they're going to get. It's all mixed in and whatever the fuck is there. So, no, and also just like, I'm never ashamed really of what I release, just because it's what gets me to where I am. And even if I release literally a bad video, like I've released some videos which I watch back and I'm like, this was not a good idea, like this was just a bad video, I'm still like, you know what, I had to release that video to learn the right and wrong of not doing something or trying something. And I like keeping in that mindset, because then I don't want to ever limit myself. If I come up with a random on the spot idea, whether it be a meme based thing or a guitar based thing, I want to have that confidence to be like, you know what, I don't know if this will do well or not, but I will love this, so maybe other people's will enjoy it too. And just flesh out the full idea. And again, those have been some of my best ideas, like that guitar student teaching. I thought, I was watching that and I was like, you know, when I was actually filming it, I was like, I don't know, like if this will hit or not, like who the fuck knows, like. And that's because I had like the long footage. But then when I started cutting it and putting it together really nicely in that organized fashion, I was like, all right, this is kind of funny. Like it made me chuckle a bit. And I was like, all right. And then I threw it out there, and it grew on me. And then again, that's one of my most popular videos. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm glad I took that risk, even though at first I was like, I don't fucking know if this is a big bomb or an ace. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing though. Like, I mean, the only investment you have to make is your time, and that kind of allows you to take the risk. I mean, you may wait, like you said, you may have too much chocolate in the morning and then have like some kind of crazy idea, but sometimes it may, you know, turn out to be one of the best ideas you've ever had. And then, you know, even 5 years later, you look back at it and it's still like funny, and then you're like kind of embarrassed, but then you're kind of glad you did that. So
yeah, exactly.
Feeling,
pretty
you know?
much.
Yeah. So, well, on the serious note, like, I mean, I bet a lot of people enjoy your content, and in fact, I think it was your one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this episode was because I think your video was one of the first that I watched because I quit guitar for like not to say quit, but I didn't have the time for guitar for like couple of years, and then when one day I thought I would just get like a 7-string, and then I got it, and then because I haven't played for a long time, I literally went on YouTube and Googled and searched easy like songs that are easy to play on a 7-string, and
yeah.
I'm sure you remember that episode, and then like and then that's when I discovered September Morning, and that's like, oh, that's cool. Like it's there's like less than 20 notes to 20 different notes in that song, and that was like the first I learned. And then so it's kind of cool that, you know, a year and a half after I started picking up the guitar again, I was like, yeah, it's so cool to be able to talk to you, because a year and a half ago I wasn't even touching the guitar, and so I really wanted to do this episode, and I really appreciate the fact that you took the time out to do this. So thank you for like putting out so much of you know, funny, but at the same time, I think on a serious note, very inspiring videos. I think despite all the jokes, I think your videos inspire people in different ways, regardless of what they want to learn, whether it's modes or whether they're just hoping to discover new songs by just you discovering them. And I think a lot of people appreciate the work that you do. So that's all the fun stuff. So now that you're at the level you're at, where do you see this actually going, or are you just gonna keep pushing and see where this goes, or do you already have a plan now? Because obviously, because now you're at the level where this is actually starting to bring in money, you know, so you're able to monetize on your work, you have Patreon. So where do you see this going, and what are your plans for your work?
I mean, a few things, like, like I would do want to just keep kind of on the grind. I know it's a slow grind, and that's the thing with my channel is I never I never really had like that big viral break. Like, I had Slavic metal, which did really well in Russia and stuff. And again, that was already when I was still somewhat known on YouTube, and that was not too long ago. But in terms of like just having that one viral hit that just kind of like explodes your subscriber base, I never really had that. It's always just been the straight nonstop just grind, that steady grind where you see that increase. So even though I'm always looking for those things that will help that boost, again, if it's actually funny and it makes sense and I want to do them, but I know the grind does work. And it's weird because I've always kind of followed that idea of work smart, not hard. And I try my best to do that with my content, you know. And that's why I don't literally just cover a song every day of the week. Otherwise, that's what I do, because I know it doesn't pay off. It's exhausting. It's a bunch of fucking work. And I try to limit my content literally to 4 videos a week, not just because, again, it's a break on me, but also just people will get sick of you if they see you every single day. I don't know, especially if it's just a cover or something else. And I also like bringing that variety. Like Monday, they get the Monday video, which is some kind of meme, funny, different thing that hopefully people are excited for. And then Thursday, they get you know, an old school cover brought back with tabs. Wednesday, maybe they get a reaction. Friday, they maybe get a new song covered. Again, just to bring that variety, because it's a bit more of that, again, thinking smart mindset instead of just grinding non-stop every single day. Even though I still grind pretty much nonstop every single day just to get those 4 videos out. But it's a little more calculated. And then again, just mindlessly, here's a new song, I have to cover it. And that's what I used to do. And that's why a lot of people are maybe missing some of that of like, Nick, where's the new song? It just came out. And it's like it's a gift and a curse to be known as like the fast cover guy, because it's like everyone expects it. So everyone's like saying your name when a new song comes out, even though the focus should be on the band, not my dumbass guitar covers, right? But at the same time, it's like, fuck, like people always expect me to cover that new song. And it's like, they don't understand that I just don't have time, or maybe I literally just don't want to, you know. It's like, yeah, like I'm sure it's a great song, but it's like, I don't want to do a guitar cover. Right. So again, that's just been me adapting that think smarter instead of just work hard, or work smart instead of working hard mindset. And I'm going to continue to try to follow that. And a good step I've taken is get on Twitch. That's where everybody is. Twitch is popping right now. It's hella fun for me because, again, I grew up as a gamer. And I grew up, you know, with things like add-ons and having all this customization to your gameplay and all that shit. And on YouTube, you can't customize anything. You make your video and it's done. You can't do any fun little things with it after. It's just what you do in your video editing. That's it. On Twitch, you can do all these overlays and customize all these alerts and shit. And it's like, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Like, I am so excited when I see all this just option to customize and change shit and change how people perceive you and all that stuff. I love that creativeness behind it. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. And that's definitely another route I've been messing around with a bit. Again, without detracting from my YouTube, because I don't want to ever do that. YouTube is my home and I'm a YouTuber. That's pretty much it. But other than that, just continually, you know, trying to get those fast covers out, higher quality, hopefully now, which is why it also takes me a little longer because I don't want to just release, as somebody so nicely put, McDonald's covers. And again, same thing with reactions when I can. The Monday videos, I love doing it because that's my creative day, essentially, of like, I can do whatever the fuck I want today as long as it's kind of funny. That's it. And I love those days because even though I have series for those days, like Heaviest Riffs or the Stereotypes videos with Andrew Baina, it's always an option to do something completely out of whack, completely out of my comfort zone, and see if it hits or miss. So I essentially am just going to keep doing that stuff while also thinking of other fun projects that are really out there that, who knows, again, might be that fucking big boost video that might, you know, change everything. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at and the rate of my grind, even though it has been a fucking long ass, not easy grinds, but I love every minute of it. And that's what I think makes it not feel like anything. It's just, you know, I put insane hours in this, but it just feels like, oh, I just had a day of fun. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's me working. Wow, I worked 14 hours today straight playing fucking guitar or recording and editing. But I was just doing this because I was just excited to do it, you know. So that's kind of my, I guess, plans, is just kind of keep going and just always be open to those new opportunities, whether it be a video, a platform like Twitch, and see what happens.
I see. Well, it's always a privilege to be able to do what you love. And on top of that, I think what gives you more fun is you actually get to pick and choose what you want to do. I mean, and what days and when and how, it's really all up to you. And there's no fixed rule in terms of when you have to do it. I mean, if you decide not to do Mondays, that's it. You know, you're not going to do Mondays. I mean, if you get what I mean. And I think that gives you more the fact that you have the liberty to kind of pick and choose what you want to do and when you want to do, makes it extra fun. It's not just doing music because you love it, but it's like whenever the fuck you want to do it.
Yeah, and that's also why I have different platforms. I used to think the different platforms is like a curse, like Instagram, Twitter, like, oh, I have to post something here because, you know, that's just what you do when you're trying to, you know, get your name out there. But then when I actually start to understand them, I was like, wait, like these are different creative outlets, you know. Like, I go on Instagram and I post like a 3 set, like almost like I treat it like mine.